everyone, and welcome to our webinar on credit recovery using the RightPath Student Success System. My name is Ruth Arezi, and I'm here with my colleague Tabitha.
Hello, everyone.
And today we're going to give you an overview on our learning resources and programs component of the RightPath Student Success System. And that's going to include all of the different types of programs that you could run within your district using RightPath. As we go through the presentation, please feel free to ask questions at any time in the chat panel. Here's a snapshot of the RightPath Student Success System. We like to say how RightPath will help you navigate to student success. So you can see we have our RightPath compass and the specific pieces that will help you reach that success. Let's take a quick minute to go over the different modules of RightPath. The first module we're going to talk about today is our instructional planning module, and that will encompass our sister product, PlanBook Plus. PlanBook Plus is going to allow your teachers to plan and organize their daily and weekly plans while also allowing to monitor the coverage of standards within the course. But it is more than just a plan book. Reach student success by utilizing our assessment creator and online lessons to enhance your existing plans. And next we come to the data-informed instruction component of the RightPath Student Success System. This is going to give you access to many different assessment offerings, including Right Reason benchmarks, an assessment bank consortia, and Inspect from KDS, our national assessment partner. You'll also have the ability to create your own assessments and administer those assessments by printing bubble sheets, scoring, and viewing your reports. This module also contains the RTI management piece, and you can register for one of our upcoming webinars on our website all about our data-informed instruction module and our RTI management feature. Next, we have the professional performance module. This is an integrated platform allowing you to conduct and report on teacher evaluations, as well as create end-of-year evaluations, heady sheets, and extracts for state reporting. And the last module is the module we're going to be speaking about today, the learning resources and programs. We have many districts who utilize the online resources built into our platform to supplement their classroom instruction. And these resources and lessons are also used in a variety of educational programs. We've listed a few out here of programs that are used in our partner districts, such as credit and learning recovery, alternative high schools, homebound suspension, intervention classrooms, and use as classroom supplements. Today we're going to focus specifically on the credit and learning recovery programs. So that brings us to our poll question. Does your district currently run a credit recovery program? Do you use an online program or a traditional classroom setting for credit recovery? So if you can use our chat feature to answer those questions, and then we'll continue on with the presentation. And any other questions you might have, feel free to chat those at any time, and we'll go over those at the end of the presentation. Now let's start today's presentation by taking a look at a few statistics. Every year, 1.2 million students in the U.S. drop out of high school. If you break that number down, you're looking at 7,000 students each day, or one student every 26 seconds. So that's some pretty powerful numbers, and we're going to take a look at those and break them down a little bit further. So now, how does the U.S. compare to other countries around the world? Well, according to the Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, the OECD, the United States ranked 23 out of 35 countries for their high school graduation rates. Some of the countries with higher graduation rates include Ireland, Russia, Japan, Canada, and Germany. And that's still, we're ranking 23, and our percentage is an 83% graduation rate. So another interesting thing to look at is the association between salary and educational degree, as well as what the unemployment rates are for those educational degrees. So the United States Bureau of Labor Statistics has a chart that shows not only the earnings by degree, but also the unemployment rate based on that degree. So as you can see, the unemployment rate increases with a lesser educational degree, as you would expect, and the salary and wages increase as you attain a higher degree. Now I'm going to pass it over to Tabitha, who will talk about how we can change this.
So what do we know about our students of today? We know that they're 21st century learners that prefer to receive information quickly from multiple sources. They prefer multitasking and parallel processing. Our students learn through pictures, sounds, and video before text. And Googling is now an adjective. If they don't know how to do something, they learn instantly from sources like Google or YouTube. Our students love to interact in real time, such as sharing tweets on Twitter or posting a picture on Instagram. They love user-generated content, such as blogging. And most of all, they love learning that is instant, relevant, and fun. We as teachers are facing a big challenge. The challenge begins with learning to adapt our ways of teaching and thinking to fit our digital native students. So what can we do to close the statistics gap and engage our students? Many districts are moving towards the online blended alternatives for recovery. Today we are going to talk about what it means to blend learning and why it can be successful for you. Blended learning is a research-based strategy which combines the traditional face-to-face classroom method we are familiar with computer-mediated lessons, giving the students the best of both worlds. Blended learning can take place in a variety of forms, each model differing in physical space, time scheduling, delivery method, and the teacher role. The first model is the face-to-face model, combining a traditional classroom that is teacher-led with supplemental online resources. The next model is the flex model, where most of the content is online with tutoring in a face-to-face classroom. Then there's the self-blend model. Students are online after hours on their own initiative. The rotation model allows students to rotate between face-to-face and online within the same course. The online lab gives students the opportunity to work in a computer lab with a mentor during the school day, and the teacher is online. And lastly, the online driver delivers the content online. Students proceed at their own pace and meet face-to-face occasionally with the teacher and other students. Blended learning gives teachers more time to work with small groups to address learning goals and monitor student data. It also gives them the opportunity to differentiate instruction and a chance for teachers to personalize learning for all students. Students can work at their own pace in a variety of different scheduling types to recover credits in a shorter period of time. The blended learning model is highly effective for students that are at risk. There are two options for recovery that we will go over today: learning recovery and credit recovery. Learning recovery is a proactive approach to re-engage students before they fail a course. It gives them the second chance to complete their coursework and keeps them on track with their peers. School resources are optimized during the school year, lessening the need for summer school. For example, students can attend an after-school academy or fill study hall periods with learning recovery programs, keeping the blended learning models in mind. Let's take a look at learning recovery in action. First, the student fails a quarter. The student will then be referred to a committee, where they will make the decision to enroll the student in a learning recovery program. The teacher and/or administrator select the units and topics the student will need in the system. The student then attends an after-school academy or replaces a study hall period with a learning recovery period to complete the coursework, keeping him or her on track with their peers. I'm now going to pass it over to Ruth, who will talk about credit recovery.
So now we took a look at what learning recovery was. Let's see how you could do credit recovery using the RightPath system. So what does it look like? I like to describe a blended credit recovery program as a high-tech one-room schoolhouse. It allows the districts to instruct multiple courses and grade levels simultaneously. There could be one social studies teacher, but students could be enrolled in American history, global history, economics, and government, all within the same classroom. Using an online blended program, it'll allow districts to replace study halls during the school year so students could recover those credits in a computer lab setting. Many districts choose different methods on who to enroll in credit recovery. Some districts choose to just target at-risk seniors during the second semester to keep their students on track to graduate with their peers. Other districts choose to use an after-school lab setting for those that are severely credit deficient, and that could include seniors, but it could also include students who might have failed in a 10th or 11th grade course that's needed for graduation. Using the RightPath system, you could also choose a distance learning option. And many of our districts like to do this for a smaller district that may not have that many students to recover credits. With the use of the online platform, you could have email, forum discussion questions, and online classroom pages to help support a true distance program. And the students can access the platform during resource room and study hall periods to recover their credit as well. Now, the structure of the program, what does it look like? Well, if it's a Regents-based class, the students would take a diagnostic assessment, and then the teacher would have access to the student's learning plan. The learning plan is going to list all of the standards that the students need to complete mastery. Our online lessons can be assigned based on those standards from the individual learning plans. We have a variety of courses to assign lessons from, including the core courses for grades 9 through 12 and multiple electives for each subject area. If credit needs to be recovered in a course that is not a Regents-based course, then what the students would do is take the online lessons for that corresponding course. We like to work with the teachers in the districts to create a customized curriculum to suit your needs. We can align this curriculum to your district's scope and sequence, and we can also create modified abridged curriculum for use in a credit recovery setting. So here's an example of a high school lesson. You can see that our lessons are based off of a UBD design, and every lesson includes the same lesson template. The students will be asked prior knowledge questions, there's a vocabulary section, as well as a learning component. And that's what's going to have all of the content that the students need for an online blended program. They have the content in front of them, but they can also ask the teacher that is present for assistance with anything that's needed. Each lesson also consists of a guided practice section, an independent practice section, and then extended response where applicable. We have many partner districts who utilize the RightPath Student Success System for credit recovery programs. Today we're going to take a look at a client case study for one of our credit recovery programs. And we're going to compare the enrollment and the graduation rate from that program. This particular program targets at-risk seniors who are in need of credits to graduate with their peers. So as you can see, we have 3 years of data for this particular program, and you can see the enrollment listed in purple for each year, as well as the green for the students who have earned their credits. And because this is a program that targets seniors, each student who earned credits were able to graduate with their peers. After 3 years of the program, the district decided to expand into a summer school program as well. This summer school program encompassed students in grades 9 through 11 who were recovering credits from the past school year, as well as allowing the 5 students from the school year to earn their credits and graduate with their cohort. So as you can see here, the percent of graduation within the program rose from 67% the first year, and in that 3rd year after the summer school program, 100% of their students actually graduated with their cohort, increasing their graduation rate. Okay, so now let's circle back and look at those statistics that we saw in the beginning. If you remember, we talked about the 1.2 million students, 7,000 students per day, and 1 student every 26 seconds who are dropping out of high school. So during this webinar, approximately 30 students made the life-altering decision to drop out of high school. What is your district doing to prevent this?
If you would like to learn more about any of our modules or about something you saw today, check out our webinars page on our website to register for one of our upcoming webinars. If you would like to set up a meeting or a demonstration, feel free to contact our sales representative, Doc Watson, whose information can be found at the bottom of this screen. We want to thank you for attending today's webinar and taking time out of your busy day to learn more about the RightPath Student Success System. If you have any questions at this time, feel free to chat those into the chat panel.